Recorded Books presents an unabridged recording of Come Spring by Tim LaHaye and Gregory S. Dinallo, narrated by John McDonough and directed by Drew Sussman. Recorded Books Inspirational is an imprint dedicated to stories of faith and the human spirit. This book is copyrighted 2005 by Tim LaHaye and Gregory S. Dinallo. This recording is copyrighted 2005 by Recorded Books. Dylan Cooper has begun a new life in Boston, where the winters are as unforgiving as in the windswept Scottish Highlands he left behind. In that bustling city, Dylan hopes to achieve recognition for his photography, but convincing others that his images are works of art in their own right is proving impossible. And now, Come Spring.
Preface. Boston, Massachusetts, February 1918. Europe had been at war for more than 3 years. British and French forces had fought the Germans to a standstill. More than 3 million men had already lost their lives. On April 6, 1917, 2 days before Easter, the United States declared war on Germany. But it would be almost a year before the American doughboys, 1 million strong, joined the fight. At the time America was preparing to send her sons to war, the city of Boston had been an intellectually and culturally enriched city of fine universities, art galleries, and salons for almost 300 years. The cradle of American independence was also a churning metropolis of tough ethnic neighborhoods and warring political factions. Tickets to the Boston Symphony were as sought after as seats at Fenway Park. Babe Ruth was pitching for the Red Sox. They had won 2 of the last 3 World Series. Prohibition would not become law for at least a year. Women would not win the right to vote for more than 2 years. Chapter 1. A bone-chilling wind swept across the platforms of Boston's North Station as a locomotive thundered into view, pulling a long line of coaches. Most of the passengers on the crowded train were standing at the windows, straining to glimpse the city that would become their new home. Despite the cold, many of them wore clothing suited to more temperate climates. One of them, a young woman, framed by a window that had been opened, wore a tattered scarf that fluttered about her face, and cradled a swaddled infant in her arms, as if protecting it from the crush of people behind her. Within the tableau of faces were moving portraits of childlike innocence and worldly experience, of trembling fear and boundless hope, of weary acceptance and simmering rebellion. But it was the face of the young woman with the infant that had caught Cooper's eye as the train ground to a stop. Her chin raised in triumph, her eyes aglow with the knowledge that her yearning to be free was about to be realized, her heart thumping in anticipation of a long-sought-after new beginning. Cooper knew what would happen next, and waited patiently with his camera as she made her way to the door with her suitcase and child. As he anticipated, she stepped onto the platform and into the billowing cloud of steam that was coming from the train's wheel housings. Shafts of sunlight streaming through the vapor that swirled around her gave the scene a providential glow, intensifying its emotional impact. And in a mere 60th of a second, with the decisive click of his shutter, Dylan...
To keep listening to this audiobook, I've left you a link in the description so you can do it, at no cost thanks to Audible's 30-day free trial.